RDTDaily.com presents a Tarabuster with comedian Tara Devlin.
All right. Where's my buttons? Boom. Hi, guys. Nice to see ya. This is Tara Devlin. Unapologetic liberal talk on the right side of history, decency, dignity, democracy. You know the drill. All right. I'm a little tired. I've been going all day, but I promised a show during the weekend. Damn it. I'm here. I'm queer. Get used to it. Okay. And I'm a little aggravated. We'll see. You know, these weekday shows, they don't necessarily, they're kind of all up to us. And I don't know. I always say, well, I'll do a short show, and then it ends up 4 hours. But I don't think I'm going to be able to do that tonight. I need to go to sleep. I need unconsciousness. I'm just pissed off, too. So I need to be unconscious where, I can fly and there are no Republicans there. So, why am I pissed? We'll get to it. First of all, I just want to thank Charlie from APS Radio News again, as always, for keeping the show going and growing. It really does mean a lot. And happy Thursday. I see you, Pookie's mommy, Irene, in the chat. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Kathy. I'm sure more will arrive. This is what happens. And what else? Oh, yeah. Well, thank you, Charlie. Really. And there's Jim with the super chat. Nice to see you, Jim. I missed you. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm just exhausted. Pookie's mommy, Irene, says, I'm tired, too. Yeah, I'm tired. Well, how do I go? I don't know. Become a patron if you can at patreon.com/Tara Devlin, whatever. Thank you, Charlie, for keeping the show going. Thank you, JD, for your donations. Thank you, Glenn Karen, for your donations on the PayPal. You can also do one-off donations. Who else? Elizabeth, thank you for your donations on PayPal. It means a lot. I can't do it without you. Hi, Elise. Thank you for your super chat. Jesus, guys. You guys are really spoiling me tonight. So, listen. Let me begin. All right. And thank you, Charlie, for your support, really, at APS Radio News. This show is on there. And sometimes, it's not all the time, because it's hard to keep up with me, because you never know if I'm going to have a show or not. So I understand. But it does still mean a lot to be there and have my name in the APS Radio News community and roster. And the support for the community cats is great. So thank you so much, Charlie. Charlie is a great American, a great man, great person. And I know we need about 1 million more of them. So I'm tired. All right, look at me. I'm exhausted. What's wrong with me? Okay, so I have to switch my chair. I have this cushion on my chair is like kind of making it's in a skewed way, and it's annoying my ass. All right, so. And I don't know, whatever. I'm scattered. So I did an interview earlier. I will end up. I couldn't fix it for this show, but we pre-recorded an interview with an incredible person. She's I can't even believe it myself. She came on the Tarabuster show. She was featured in a film a few years ago called The Cave. She's a Syrian refugee doctor. She escaped Syria during the Trump debacle, whatever that was, when Trump was squatting in the White House. Despite receiving fewer votes, she saved so many lives. She was in Syria for 6 years. She's a Syrian. That's her country. But she went to school and became a doctor despite all of the sexist, misogynist bullshit being heaped upon her, including from her father, who eventually came around and to understand that she was going to do what she wants to do. That's what she wanted to do. She wanted to be a doctor. That was her calling. And her bravery is absolutely astonishing. And so she was featured in this documentary that was nominated for an Oscar a few years ago called The Cave. And now her memoir is coming out. It's also called The Cave, but it goes deeper into the stories about what she went through in Syria. And she's only like 30 friggin' something years old. So, you want to feel bad? I was like, what the hell, right? What's my excuse? She's just an incredible person. So I did an interview with her earlier and she wanted to do it audio only. And the audio was not that good, I gotta tell you. And it wasn't me, it was her phone, but I'm gonna try to fix it. But I'll get it done. I have to put it together and I'll post it. All right, yeah, so that's pretty good when we get solicited. See, that's why I don't know, maybe the show is getting noticed by somebody, because I get these solicitations from publicists to have people on my show, including a few weeks ago, we had those amazing people, the Matson and Tawny Browning, who they went undercover as right-wingers, and he's a member of law enforcement. The whole family basically had to go undercover with these Nazis. And so they came to us about going on Tarabuster. So what can I say? That's pretty good, I guess. Where are they getting my name from? Where are they getting? Somehow I'm on a list or so. I didn't seek it out. So, but I'm glad that they come to the show, because it's good for us. Good to keep the show going and growing, as we say. So, and we're getting to hang out with some very cool people too, right? Right? I wish I could do something like what the Dr. Balor did. She's a fucking badass, you know? If you haven't seen that film, The Cave, but you buy the book too, because that's what she's promoting now. And the other thing is, this whole goddamn world is on fire. And, well, wait a minute, sorry. I sound like Nikki Haley. That's her fucking thing. The world is on fire. She keeps saying it. What's the other thing? The world's on fire, and she's got crabs. I don't know. What's the other part? We got a country divided and a world on fire, or something like that. Country in chaos, a world on fire. Well, whose fucking fault is that? Nikki, you goddamn coward. See, that's what cowardice gets us. Look at the House of Representatives and that effing Traitor Trump, and look at that's living proof of what we get with cowardice. Absolute cowardice. Now, will you think if this country was under attack, let's say, because what happened? We're talking about the Syrian civil war, which Dr. Balor says she doesn't like calling it a civil war, because it's a revolution. It's a revolution for freedom, because the Syrian people rose up as part in the Arab Spring for freedom. That's what they wanted: freedom and democracy. And the Assad regime, that's what she calls it. She calls it the regime, retaliated against its own people with the help of the Russians and the Iranians, murdering, indiscriminately destroying entire cities and towns, and using the most horrific weapons, including chemical weapons, which were banned by, as we know, the Geneva Convention. So this is, I don't know what we're dealing with. And she, instead of fleeing, she chose to stay to help those who needed help, because everybody else was running for their lives. So there was a small contingent of doctors and nurses that stayed behind to help the injured and and the children left orphaned and all. I mean, it's a horror show, and they had to do it in a cave. So they built this hospital under the ground, and it goes to show you the human spirit. But think, well, what the fuck would Republicans do? You think they'd stick around? Nah. They leave you on the battlefield every time. They will run for their life. And how do I know this? Well, I'm just being mean. No, I'm not. Look what they're doing to the Ukrainians. They are Putin's puppets. I don't know how that happened. In my lifetime, we saw the Republicans go from, Mr. Gorbachev tear down this wall to fucking excuse me, I'm not going to curse like that indiscriminately, but right into Putin's pocket. And another tin pot dictator. He's really nobody to emulate. And when John McCain, who's, annoying and everything, but he said that Russia was, what did he say? It was a gas station. So just a glorified gas station. That's what it is. They have nothing. They don't produce anything. Just oil. Sorry. Sorry about that. I need a cough button. So, there's no the GDP of California is more vibrant, economically vibrant than the entire country of Russia. And so we're licking their ass too. That's what the Republicans, they lick North Korea's ass, they lick Putin's ass, and now they are disgracing this country, as they always do. They are disgracing this country by leaving our Ukrainian allies who are fighting and dying for democracy. We made a deal with the Ukrainians, and I'm talking not simply when Putin invaded their sovereign nation, but when we made a deal for them to give up their nuclear weapons. And that's what they did in exchange for our promise to come to their aid and help them defend their borders. So for us to turn our backs on them because of these pricks, these friggin' perjury Trader Greens, these MAGA in the closet Mike Johnson, because Trump is a traitor and he's telling them what to do. That's all. He is a Putin puppet. I'm sick of it. Where's the transcript? I want to see the transcript. Where's the transcript? I know we hear all about the server. Where's the server? Where's the fucking transcript? Where's the transcript of that traitor's meeting, that secret meeting with Putin? The only 3 people in the room, not an American. Well, Trump is a traitor, so I guess he doesn't really count either. So no Americans in the room, just Putin, the translator, and the friggin' parasite. The tax-cheating, draft-dodging, wannabe dictator parasite, convicted rapist with the fake university, the vitamin scam, who received fewer votes both times. So what's on the transcript? Why did they confiscate the transcript? What did they talk about? You think they were talking about mom and apple pie? Making the world safe for democracy? They were talking about freedom. Freedom. No, they were talking about how they're going to fuck democracies when they're not even going to kiss us first. This is who they are. And Trump is a traitor. He is a rapist. He is a traitor. He is a serial bankrupt, tax cheat. He is the biggest loser who lost more money than every other single American taxpayer. Not singles. No, not like, married and single. Every single human being American who pays taxes or is of the age to pay taxes, he was the biggest loser. He is a loser. Everything he touches dies, and now he's got his smaller than average clutches around our democracy. Might as well just choke out the American eagle, right? Well, they're wearing all these shirts and stars. So here's what's getting on my nerves right now is, I'm sure you saw it. Where is it? This Robert Hur report, this special counsel. Now, Trump is a traitor, and now the Republicans are like, oh, different rules. Oh, we're being picked on again. Everybody's picking on them. Why can't we allow them to be traitors? Why can't we just allow them to steal classified documents and not give them back when asked for months and months and months, and then move them and hide them and secrete them and take them on your plane when you go meet the Saudis? Why can't we just look the other way when you're being a traitor? When that's it. Why? It's so unfair. So unfair. So the difference is everything I just said. Joe Biden was writing a book, and he was like presidents, vice presidents, people in public office do. They get to go back through their documents and papers to get the dates, get the times, get the people's names. Who fucking remembers everything? You remember everything? So this is what is pissing me off, because this is who they are. And the corporate media, okay? It's always the corporate media is the problem, too, because we can trace the divided country straight to the lap of Bill Clinton signing the Telecommunications Act of 1996. So that gave us these silos of information, that gave us this divided country, and gave us initially right out of the gate friggin' Rush Limbaugh, who's thankfully burning in hell, right? But they have no shame. They have no love of democracy. Like even today, I don't want to get off on it, but the Supreme Court thing, they're hearing Trump's case because getting kicked off the Colorado ballot, of course he's a traitor, and he is, and all these goddamn traitors, these illegitimate justices asking questions. No, I'm so upset about democracy. That's Justice I Like Beer saying he's so worried that these maggots, Trumpanzees, the traitors, that they won't be able to vote for a traitor in the midst of a coup. Oh, the humanity. They're so concerned about democracy, except not for the 81 million Americans who voted for decency, dignity, and democracy. How about the millions more who voted for Hillary Clinton? Now, the problem is I'm sick of Democrats not fighting. And this, I'm bringing it in. I'm bringing it all together. So this F and her report comes out with no need for this piece of shit to say that Joe Biden is, he's a lovely old man. Just a lovely, lovely, doddering old fool who doesn't know anything. He doesn't know where he is. And I'm afraid if we bring charges against him, which he wasn't bringing charges, there were no charges to bring. But that won't stop him. That's the truth. But he'll be sympathetic, because everyone will see this old man, this confused old man, doesn't even know when his son died. And this happened earlier. This was out earlier and all over the corporate media because, Trump is a traitor, but somebody called Biden old. So then everything has to stop and be refocused to Biden is old. Biden is old. Now we have video upon video of Trump confusing Nikki Haley for Nancy Pelosi, confusing who he's running against, Obama. He thinks he's running against Obama like nobody's ever seen. And Many more, him standing there bragging about him passing a cognitive test. First they give you a giraffe, then they give you an aardvark, then they give you a monkey, then they give you a tick, then they give you, it's like, and it gets harder and harder, and you would never be able to pass it. He tells his dum-dums, it's so hard you won't be able to pass it. Oh, I have it. Wait.
I said, is it tough? He said, it's a tough test.
It's tough.
The first couple of questions are easy, like they'll have a lion, a giraffe.
What the fuck? This is an embarrassment. And imagine, oh, look at his face there. That's a good Putin one. Get the AI out, right? Imagine, it would never happen, though. If Biden behaved like this, said things like this, we'd be like, okay, something's up here. Something's up. And that's the difference between Democrats and these fascist Republican traitors. If Biden was too old and his memory was failing, we wouldn't lock him away like they did to Ronald Reagan, who had Alzheimer's, who had the actual symptoms of Alzheimer's, who was suffering from Alzheimer's in the last 4 years of his squatting in the White House. Other people were signing documents for him. It was like a weekend at Bernie's there. But that's who Republicans are. If Biden was too old and couldn't remember, he wouldn't be running. That's the truth. Yes, he's old. Yes. What are you going to do? So is fucking Trump, except Trump is confused. And this piece of dirt, special counsel, puts all these unnecessary opinions, not even, it's like these descriptors that mean nothing, that are not true. And he couldn't remember a date 40 years ago. I got to think about things. So when did that happen? Milestone things. Like, when did I graduate from, what do you call it? When did I graduate from college? Or somebody just texted me. That's why I got distracted. What the fuck is going on here? Somebody. All right. Anyway, I have to ignore it. So, all right. Let's continue with this.
Whale and a shark. And they'll say, which one?
Oh, how tough that is. They put a giraffe and a shark in the same page. How did you ever do it? He's like a beautiful mind with animals of the plains, the air, the sea, the oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
Have a lion, a giraffe, a whale, and a shark. And they'll say, which one's the lion, okay? And that's all the press covered, the first question.
Oh, that's so hard. Isn't that tough? Which one's the lion? Wait. Hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. It gets a lot harder.
Last question. Multiply 4,733.
Bullshit.
Multiply times 7.
That's not what they do. They don't give you math questions like that. They give you simple math. My father had Alzheimer's, and this is why I'm so sick of Democrats wetting their fucking pants. And right before we came on air, I was pleasantly not surprised. I don't know. I was, we'll see. I haven't seen the whole thing, but I was a little bit relieved to see that Joe Biden was fighting back, that he's taking questions. I mean, Trump never gave a 2-hour press conference. Biden does that. Oh, he hasn't given a press conference in a while. Well, he needs to do that now to negate this bullshit and to come out and not allow them to get away with their shit, with their bullshit. We got, on one hand, we got a guy who is a traitor, a confused traitor, who received fewer votes, is in the pocket of Putin, who is a disgrace, who has classified documents up his ass in his shitter, who is indicted, who is a convicted rapist, for God's sake. He's also got problems with insurrection. He's a fucking insurrectionist. And everything else that he is. He's a disgusting criminal. He doesn't pay his taxes. He's a cheat. He's a liar. Everything that comes out of his hole is a lie. And they gotta zoom. Oh, let's go over here. Biden is old. Forget the traitor. Forget the insurrectionist. Biden, this stupid report came out where somebody who is a Trumpanzee put these little digs in there in his report. Completely unnecessary, completely unprecedented. And what Biden should do, and I hope somebody's listening, is say, this is, I know he got mad about them saying that he forgot when his son died. That's how disgusting Republicans are. But he needs to come out and say, how dare they? It's clearly a political hit job. He couldn't indict me for classified documents, but he's still doing his master's bidding, and he should be ashamed of himself. Next question. And if you can't see it, then you're part of the problem. How dare you? How dare you? What's wrong with you, corporate media? Why do you have to fall for it every single time? That's what they have to do. That's what Biden has to do. Shame these corporate media suckers. Every time I turn on the TV, Biden is old. Here's a poll. Biden is old. Here's a poll. Well, why don't you do some stories about the economy? Why don't you do some stories about the manufacturing coming back to the country for the first time in generations? Do some stories about the infrastructure week that came to fruition. Now we have infrastructure decade. How about everything, the stock market? Do some stories about that. How Trump always took credit for the stock market, and now we have record highs. But not a peep from you, corporate media. All I hear is I'm too old, and the polls, up in the polls and down in the polls, but the traitor is winning. So do your job and report. Incessant polls are not news. You're doing nothing but polling low information voters. You don't think there's any social contagion to that? These idiots that don't, some of them, maybe they're not idiots. I don't know. Maybe they're perfectly lovely people, but they're not paying attention. They're like these political idiots that Bertolt Brecht warned us about or talked about. They say, "Oh, I don't pay attention," and they only tune in 2 weeks before the election, if that. I remember going around door to door for John Kerry and people saying things like, "I don't know, I don't like his wife," because that's how they make their decisions. So. Oh, you don't think that people who aren't paying attention to shit, that don't know what the hell they're doing, will see they don't see through the game? And if you continuously harp on something, it's going to be considered true. So all you do, this guy is 2.5 years younger than me, and he's confused. He thinks he's running against Obama. He thinks that Nikki Haley is Nancy Pelosi. He thinks she's the Speaker of the House. So give me a break. And he brags about taking a cognitive test that he could point out a giraffe and a shark. But do another poll about how old I am. That's what he should say. I know I'm old, but that gives me wisdom, the wisdom of experience. I know what I'm doing, and if there was anything wrong with me cognitively, I would drop out of the race. I'm not like Trump. I'm here to help this country. I'm here to advance democracy. I'm not here because I want to squat in power. It's not about me. It's about us. This democratic system that so many fought, bled, and died for, including my son. That's what he should say. Because look at Trump's family. Anybody ever wore the uniform of this country? No. No. Going back to that, his grandpappy, or whatever, his great-grandpappy, came over here and opened up a frickin' brothel. These people have been parasites on this country from the beginning. That's all they are. They're just feeding off of everyone's sickness. They don't add anything. They don't advance humanity. They're not doing anything for this country. They're just feeding off everyone's disease, exploiting people's weaknesses, making their lives worse, just sucking on their pain, and they want to distract themselves for a minute and a half from their fucking lives, since waking up on the wrong side of Reaganomics. And there goes the Trumps. Well, come in. Here's a casino. Yeah, put your stupid Social Security money down on red. Right? I mean, they don't do anything. And what do you think when back in Trump's great-grandpappy's brothels, do you think the women were treated with any decency? Please. This is who they are. They don't add anything to the country. They're not working for the country. They're not fighting for the country. If there were, there would be some, anywhere in their history, there would be some evidence of this. They do nothing except bring the country down. Even before they were this supposed political dynasty, makes me want to puke. This clown show. That's what they are. They're not a dynasty. They're a fucking clown show that simply tickles racist funny bones and does nothing but divide this country. I saw the other day, I think I was telling you guys, there was, of course, there's so many lies. Like the Republicans, they just swallow lies whole. They don't even taste the lies. They just go right down the gullet till they spew them out of their friggin' lie holes. They regurgitate them back out. And there was a short where on YouTube or whatever, and it said, it was of Trump saying, I'm the only president that never got us into a war. I'm the only president. And then, of course, there's all these fucking, maggots on there. It's true. It's true. Trump 2020, Trump 2024. It's true. Yeah, it was stolen. It was, and that's not true. Of course it's not true. That's Meme University. That was the meeting of Meme University. The only president that didn't get us into a war is Jimmy Carter. And there were other presidents that didn't start any new wars. That's what he's saying. I'm the only president that didn't start a war. Well, he certainly continued wars. He certainly did a lot of damage. And you want to talk about wars? He brought the war home. Now we're in a friggin' civil war. So he didn't start a war with his lies, his filthy fascist lies, tearing this country apart. I beg to differ. Of course he started a war. He started they're like, cold. We're in a cold civil war. Well, where did it come from? From the fucking lies of these goddamn Republicans and their fascist dim leader, their dear leader, who is, it is entirely transparent who they are. They're blocking. Oh, here's the other thing. With the border bill, they're all like, let me play that. Well, actually, there's so many things. It never stops. Let's continue with this clip first. Then I'll play this other clip I got.
Without paper and pencil, by the way.
Without paper and pencil.
Add up another 30.
He picked out a shark, guys, without paper and pencil. Can you fucking believe it? Wow. What a goddamn Rhodes Scholar, this guy.
7.5, 0.5. I remember that.
Oh, yes.
And what's your
Sure.
number?
Sure.
How many people in this room could do it? Not too many.
Not too many, because you're all a bunch of morons. Yeah, well, he's got that right. How many people could do that? You think in a cognitive test, an Alzheimer's, it doesn't have that, by the way, because my father had Alzheimer's. This is another thing that Democrats need to do. They need to stop apologizing and say, you know what? Every time he talks about, or the Republicans talk about me not being cognitively there, they should, and insinuating I have dementia or something. They should be ashamed of themselves. They are disgracing every family that has to deal with dementia. They're diminishing it. They're using it as a cudgel to beat people over the head with. Because, frankly, I'm not like Ronald Reagan. If I had dementia, if I couldn't do this job, I would step back. So that's all he has to say. And he needs to shame this media for not doing their job. That's why for years we had to endure the corporate. The Republicans going on about liberal media, right? And then the media bent over backwards to go both sides because of this bullshit. As if there's two sides to facts. Well, you got the facts, and then you got the alternative facts, I guess. And that was done through incessant drumbeating of this bullshit propaganda. This liberal media is all picking on Republicans. It's just picking on them. Right? Facts, history, truth. They have a liberal bias, and they're just being picked on. And what Biden and the Democrats need to do is shame the fucking media. Shame them. Say, why? What is this poll bullshit? Constant polls. Is that news? And this guy's talking about how he can pick a giraffe and a shark out of a lineup of the world's most amazing animals, and you're coming after me? Like I'm cognitively not there. You really need to get a grip here. We're talking about saving this country from a coup. This guy's in the middle of a coup, and you're doing this bullshit? You should be ashamed. That's what they have to do. You think Trump is fit for office? Really? Oh, fake news. Well, shame on you. You want this country to survive as a democracy? You want there to actually be freedom of the press? When they go to Hungary and they kiss Orban's ass, and they talk about how how great it is there, and how they're going for ideas. They're going to get their inspiration. They want to bring that stuff home and turn this into an illiberal democracy. That's why they're attacking books, and they're attacking trans people. It's the same thing that happened over there. So, I guess we stand at the turning point here. We're on the precipice. Do we have a democracy, or do you, corporate media, continue to lull us into a fascist dictatorship with all this nonsense? Notice how they get there. Oh, well, I'm getting ahead of myself.
I'll give you 6 names in a row. I took a lot of heat on this.
Oh,
I give you 6
so
names
much
in
heat.
a row at the beginning. Sir, I'm going to give you 6 names. Good.
Sir.
Look at them. A chair.
Look at this,
a
sir.
hat. A badge.
A hat.
A necklace.
An egg.
And they vote.
A cuckoo.
Those things. We're going to give you 6 things. And I say, good. What's going on? Can you rename them?
Can you believe this fucking
Then they go back,
asshole?
and if you can do it in order, that's even better.
This
I do
buffoon.
them in order? Perfect. Then they come back to you 30 minutes later at the end. Last question. they say,
This
what were those six things? That there aren't too many people. And they laughed. Everyone said,
There
oh,
aren't
that's
too
so
many
easy.
people.
There's only about 2% in this room can do it, but I did it.
2% in 2
I did it
weeks.
very easily, but I got mocked. They said, "Oh, that's so easy." It's not easy.
2%. It's not easy.
It's not easy. Go
It's not easy because you're a moron. You're deteriorating. Your brain is broken. Your brain is as broken as your sense of morality and your soul that you never had. That's why you have to fill it with all this stuff. It's never enough. Just shove all that stuff in there. Porn stars, trophy wives, all the kind of gilded shit. Just gilded crap. God, it's such a disgrace. That's his favorite word, but he's a fucking disgrace. So, let me look at the Huffington Post, because right before I went on air, yeah, let me see. Biden ballistic at special counsel. How in the hell dare he? At Beau death claim, saying he didn't remember. Oh, he's just a nice stuttering old man. Doesn't remember when his son died. He probably can't get it out of his head. This son of a bitch. If we're talking about Trump, that would be another story, though. Ask Trump. When his sister died. Not too long ago. What date did your sister die? You scumbag. I mean, Mr. fucking former president. That's another thing that pisses me off. Calling him Mr. President. Oh, but Biden is old. So what? And he said it. Yeah, I'm old. I'm an old man. And I have good intentions. But I'm not cognitively declined. And how dare he say that I don't know when my son died? These are shameless, disgusting people who lack the fundamental decency to function in a democracy. That is it. And everything about them, everything is a show. Everything's an act because they don't want to have a functioning democracy. They're trying to tear it down. Ask, for example, the border bill, right? Finally, the Democrats, this is actually good. There's a couple of good things going on. Like, for example, this illegitimate Supreme Court is going to allow the traitor on the ballot in Colorado. All signs are indicating that. And fine. We have a better chance of beating the traitor than we do Nikki Haley. And that is a sad statement on this country because people aren't paying attention. Nikki Haley has no business being anywhere near the halls of power. She is not ready for prime time. She never will be, but that never stopped Republicans before. They don't have, they just don't care. Because they want power, whether they're good at it, whether they just look at each other and be like, well, can this fucking guy fool these people? Can this bitch? Let's send this bitch. Oh, it's like Sarah Palin. She's she's a Christian. Right, okay, bullshit, but that's what she calls herself. She's pro-life, meaning pro-back alley and pro-birth, but she's a hypocrite too, of course. When her kids were little, they all went to the socialist medicine place for the Native Americans. I don't know how she got in there. They go off about Elizabeth Warren saying she's got whatever percentage of Indian heritage or Native American heritage, but they never say shit about how this Sarah Palin took her kids, and so did her daughter, who, of course, as they all do, like Lauren Boebert, got pregnant out of wedlock. Like, I give a shit, but they're such holy rollers. It just shows us what we're dealing with. And didn't, medicine. They pay. That paying is for you. They'll go to the socialist medicine place, right? They'll go to that's where they took their little brats. Ugh, I hate them all. What was I saying? Oh, so with this border bill, they want chaos, as we know. They want to have something to point at, something to blame Biden for, even though he's giving them everything they want, which is what Democrats always do. And it irritates the fuck out of me, but they give them everything, and all of a sudden, it's not good enough. And Trump is going out there because he doesn't want Biden to have yet another win. Biden is wiping the floor with all of these Republicans, and they cannot stand it. What are they going to run on? Inflation. They don't got that anymore. Well, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. They'll continue to lie, of course. But there's so many economic positives that what are they going to say? Trump is like, if you elect Biden, there's going to be another Great Depression. No, that's only when Republicans are squatting in the White House despite receiving fewer votes. That's only twice in 100 years. We had the first Republican Great Depression, then we had the second near Republican Great Depression, now known as the Great Recession. And what do Democrats do? They give Republicans everything that they want, and with the hope that modeling this behavior might somehow make them want to govern like an adult, but it never works, to my eternal frustration. That's what they do. That's what Obama did with the health care, and what he did with the economic rescue plan, rescuing the economy once again from Republican clutches, because it's a smash and grab when they get into office, and it doesn't work. Their policies don't work. They only have one policy, really. It's make the rich richer. That's it, and destroy democracy in the meantime, until they can get rid of pesky democracy once and for all. And they could taste it. They could see it. It's right there. They could reach out and touch it. So, that's their policy. Destroy America. Destroy American democracy while waving the flag, while pretending. Oh God, I'm all over the place. But I didn't get this clip because I couldn't find it. But I watched it. And I was like, oh my God, I got to get this clip. But these morons that went down to the border, this trucker fucking debacle, this is all they have. Go on a show about this, just to make up a show about how much they hate immigrants. So, and do it in the name of Jesus. That's the other thing. They were baptizing people. I mean, it's such a clown show. But they, going down to the border, they were it was on MSNBC, and they were interviewing some of these morons. And I mean, Republicans. Average Americans, and I do mean average, very, very average, probably below average, but they asked there's two older women. A lot of them are old. Not that I'm a spring chicken, but it's, a certain age group. They're on Medicaid, they're on Social Security, thanks to them, but they don't have the manners, the maturity, the decency, the awareness to say thanks. Thanks, Democrats, right? But so they were asking these two women, these older women, well, hey, what brings you here? As if they're normal people. That's the other thing that gets on my nerves. They talk to these, but they never come to talk to. Whenever I was on a protest or went to, we're working for normal things like, $15 minimum wage or living wages, health care, retirement security. They're out there like caravans coming and, right? They're like wasting everybody's time. But let's go check in on them. The caravan's coming and, Trump's being picked on. Why don't everybody leave him alone? Leave him alone while he's committing treason. Leave him alone while he's trying to upset the peaceful transfer of power. This is not an insurrection. No insurrection here. He said it at 3:15. He said, go home, be peaceful. By then, cops were already crushed. People lost their fingers because some of the cops, a cop lost his eye. By then, it was a CYA, right? Oh, peaceful, be peaceful. If that, and then he puts out a video, go home, we love you. This is what happens when a sacred election is just stolen. If that's not giving aid and comfort to the enemy, to the insurrection, what the fuck is? Okay, but anyway, so they're talking to these two older ladies, and they say, what brings you here, you normal people? That's another thing. Get some right. All right, don't get distracted. And so she's like, I just am tired of all these immigrants coming over here and getting everything. I'm on Social Security. This is what the lady was saying. And it's a struggle. That's what she's saying. And then these people come over here and they get everything handed to them. They get health care, they get housing, they get food. So tell me what her real problem is. She wants socialism. She likes socialism. She's only got a roof over her head because of Democrats, because of democratic socialist whatever, policies, because of Social Security. But and it's exactly what I was saying the last show or whenever it was we were talking about it, that is it in a nutshell. First of all, they're racist. So, and that they tickle Republicans, they tickle the racist funny bones. But the real problem with the average Joe Republican dupe is that they want more. They want Social Security. They want universal health care. They just don't want you or somebody else to get it. They think that that's why we can't have nice things. That it's because immigrants and migrants and asylum seekers are coming over and they're getting it all. They're getting all the socialism, and then therefore there's none left for us. That's what they're saying. And the reporter is just like nodding her head. Why don't they? I don't know, guys. To me, it is so obvious. Get in there. You're a reporter. I'm on my little Tarabuster show. You got a big platform. I'm over here saying, please become a patron. They have corporate funding. They have it all at their fingertips. Just get on there. You have the eyeballs watching and say, well, what that sounds like, you're on Social Security, but you want more. You want a raise. You want dental care in your Medicaid. You want expanded Medicaid. You don't want to have to pay for shit. That's it. You worked your lifetime and now you want to relax. Isn't that one of the benefits, the fruits of our labors, the benefits of being part of a modern society, especially the richest goddamn country on earth? You would think. And nobody points it out because that's the thing. And the Democrats need to take it. They need to just say it, man. I'm so sick of them like tiptoeing around the issue. They should shame the corporate media about these effing polls. enough with these polls. That's not journalism. You got a poll for me? Give me a break here. And the other thing is that they need to simply call it out. And I don't give a shit if they get all, they whine about it. Oh, they're saying we're racist. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I'm saying you're being fooled. They're making you, they're feeding this divisive bullshit into your brain and telling you that turn your anger down, kick down, lower on the ladder. Don't look up. Don't look at those who are making the policies. Say, Democrats are here trying to advance, give socials to, well, first of all, the Social Security got their first raise in a generation. Thank you, Democrats, right? What the hell do Republicans do? They want to raise your retirement age. They want to scale back your Social Security. They want to privatize it. So when you go to retire, you better hope there's something on the upswing, that the stock market, that some grifter didn't run away with your insurance money. I mean, that's why they try to turn it into a means-tested program. That is simply Nikki Haley's. That's her entire platform. Means test Social Security, raise the retirement age for others. That's the other thing that pisses me off with the Republicans, because they always promise you a shitty life, not them. Not you, not the you're the ones, the promises that were made. Don't worry, we won't touch you, but vote to fuck over the generation coming up behind you. Because we are supposed to be at each other's throats. The American people, how you going to control the American people if they're not divided? If they see the game, if they see that, that is the biggest fear, that the people like that woman catch on, that it's not migrants who are cutting your Social Security or making it so you could barely get by. It's not the migrants. It's the friggin' Republicans, and they're tickling your racist funny bones because that's the only thing they got. They don't have anything to boast about. They don't have Social Security. They don't have Medicare. They don't have any living wages. I mean, every advance forward, every step forward this country has taken to make a more perfect union, to promote the general welfare, you've had Republicans standing in the way, and they're still standing in the way, dividing people, dividing this country. And I wish, I don't know, it's about time that the Republicans learn the hard truth. They're always like, well, fuck your feelings, drinking liberal tears. We're not trying to drink their tears. They're probably don't taste too good anyway. But we're trying to get them health care, We're trying to enable a decent life for everybody in decent working conditions. So, you don't have to be afraid of migrants. Everything about them is, they're just so, easily played, which is what pisses me off too. After a while, you would think they would catch on. Don't you ever get tired of being played, Republicans? They're told that because they'll never the Republican leaders, who are pretty horrible people, but you will never have them tell the people like those two women that are complaining that their Social Security is not good enough. They want more. They want more. They want a bigger check. They want bigger socialism. It's not fair, they say. It's tough getting by. Yeah, I agree with you. It sucks. Clearly. So why are you voting against your own interest? But all they have for them is finger pointing and distractions. Racist distractions to divide and conquer. It's the oldest trick in the book. They use it all the time. And even when they go for unions, they use it. Divide people along racial lines, divide people along gender, along anything that's different, anything that makes human beings different, they will exploit. The fissures of disunity, right? Every crack in the common front against fascism. That was Henry Wallace, the vice president, during FDR's time. And it's just, this is the problem. We have these, that's why I call them albatrosses around our national necks. It's like, guys, I'm talking to Republicans. Get a fucking clue, man. Get a grip. It's not, when they talk about everything about it, they're so full of shit. Like when the entire network of Fox News is like great replacement theory, great replacement. You're being replaced. No, everything about that is a lie. No, first of all, the democracy isn't a finite resource, so it's not like you're going to run out. But the other thing is, if you're not a citizen, you can't vote. So right off the bat, how many weeks, how many months did Fox News go on a tirade about the great replacement theory, and they're still going on about it, I'm sure, with this Nazi bullshit. And it's on its face, it's a fabrication, and they're all like upset about it. This is why I hate them. I hate these Republicans, legally and peacefully. I can't stand them. How they use people. They make people. I mean, you're taking somebody's what is a finite resource is your life. You have a limited amount of time in your life that you're going to be breathing and above ground. And these Republicans are taking that time from these people and wasting it and pouring all kinds of hate into their heads and winding them up about the shit that doesn't exist and sending them on their way to stand in the way of everything that they want, of everything that they actually want. I'm so sick of it. All right, sorry to yell you in your ear. Oh my God. That was an hour went by. I think I went into a zone there. Oh, the other thing is what I wish the corporate media would do. This is another thing that we talk about all the time. How I'm so sick of them. They simply don't ever have a follow-up question, and they say, well, everybody, in that terrible, terrible bill. What a terrible bill. Like no one's ever seen. It's so terrible. And that's what they're talking about with Biden, this bipartisan border bill, which is conservative. It's a conservative bill. That's why some of the Republicans on the Senate side are like, guys, this is everything we wanted and more. So you're standing in the way. You're standing athwart history, yelling stop again at our own shit. And yeah, they are, because they need to point at things. They need the chaos. They need the they need the racism. But no one ever asked Trump, because he goes on his his Nuremberg rallies, and he rambles about being able to pick a shark out of a lineup. But no one ever asked him, name one thing in the bill that you don't like. What's in the bill? Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst. It's the most destructive. It would be the end of America, he said. It would be the end of America if this bill is passed. Really? This is the fucking bill you wanted, but you could never get when you squatted in the White House with your parasitic lamprey gullet attached to the federal treasury like a goddamn leech. But this is how cynical they are. They don't give a shit. They wail and cry and point fingers, and it's everybody else's fault, of course. It's a joke. It's a clown show. But no reporter or so-called journalist is asking them, well, what's in the bill? What is in the bill that you don't like? They published it. They put it online because, good for Democrats. They want to show the American people, like, hey, this is what they wanted. We're giving it to them. And by doing that, they're taking away an issue, right? I mean, they're so stupid, these Republicans. So, but that's the thing. They count on the stupidity of the people who watch Fox News and go on Steve Bannon's podcast and whatnot and watch the they like Ted Cruz. That's all he is a podcaster. He does 5 podcasts a week. Did you know that? I could barely do 2. And he's a senator. You see, they're not serious people. They're not trying to govern. If you are a senator and you just got that, they call you senator and you got health care for life, you get a nice cushy salary, everybody kisses your ass or whatever, where you go out to restaurants, they're like, right over here, senator. And then they ask you to go on TV and you're like, oh, well, I have my podcast, but I'll be on your show later. So, who has time to do 5 podcasts a week? It's like unfathomable. If you're a senator, you have time. I can't even do 2 half the time. So this is what they are. It's all a clown show. But nobody says to these clowns, what's in the bill? They don't ask Trump, give me one thing. Give me one policy in the bill that you are against. Just put it like that. Which part of the bill don't you like? Right? It's unreal. Where is this? Hold on. I'm looking for this Nikki Haley. I wonder if I have it. Damn it. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's from Fox Business. Let's play this.
RNC imploded. GMP House can't pass anything. Trump lost another court case. Threw another temper tantrum. Vote for Trump is vote for more.
Whoever this guy is, he's a human shield for Republican bigotry, of course. He's reading Nikki Haley's tweet that's criticizing the Traitor Trump. And the way he's reading it, you could tell he's upset. He doesn't really want to read it. He's reading it like it's just nothing. It's background noise. It's not real. Republicans keep doing the same thing and getting the same result. Chaos. This is the definition of insanity. This week, RNC imploded. House GOP can't pass anything. Trump lost another court case and threw another temper tantrum. A vote for Trump is a vote for more chaos. And, I mean, she's right. But that's when a Republican gets in trouble. They only get in trouble when they tell the truth. And they only get in trouble, well, not just when they tell the truth, but when they show an ounce of integrity, then the party censures them and kicks them out. I mean, it's true. That's the only sin they can commit. You could traffic 17-year-old girls, pay them through Venmo. You can take your boyfriend to a kids play and give him a hand job. You could do whatever, right? You can do a podcast 5 times a week instead of your goddamn job. And all of that is cool. as long as you don't tell the truth or show a shred of integrity, like recuse yourself from a case, like Uncle Clarence Thomas should have done today. What is he doing on that case? Listening to this insurrection case, right? Is Trump an insurrectionist? Is January 6th, should he be kicked off the ballot for being an insurrectionist? Did he give aid and comfort to the insurrectionists? Yeah. He all of the above. But I was flabbergasted, but not surprised, that why is Uncle Clarence Thomas on there? Right? Justice Uncle Clarence Thomas. Why is he listening and giving his opinion? His wife is a fucking insurrectionist. Excuse me. His wife is an insurrectionist. I'm sorry. I don't mean it. Let's continue.
What audience is this for, this tweet? What audience is this for?
See how angry he is?
It's for America. I mean,
what audience? Look, hey, lady, hey, bitch. I mean, Nikki. What audience is this for? How are you telling the truth in a tweet? Chaos? What chaos? Nothing to see here. Nothing to see. Because Trump is the best president of our lifetimes, according to them. And no one, that's another thing they never follow up on. What? I just like his policies. They'll say, what policy? Give me a policy. Give me a policy. Is it the Muslim ban? What is it? You like the tax cuts to the rich? Oh, the tax breaks. Well, you know that 87% of the tax giveaway increased income disparity when we were already had the widest income gap of all Western democracies. So that's not good for a democracy. It already increased income disparity, made upward immobility worse, and funneled 87. Everything was more giveaways to the top, giving them a free ride off your back, giving a free ride to people who will never spend it. You put another zero on their bank account, it's not going to trickle. And any benefit that you perceived, they had to come from somewhere. So they went after the working class again, as usual. And if there was the pittance of the tax breaks, because it was all smoke and mirrors, they were set to expire. Every benefit or anything that might help working people in that bill, even 87% went to the top and it was all permanent, and the rest of it that might have helped working people, maybe gave them a couple extra $100 for a year. That's what we're talking about, like bullshit pittance. A trickle? Please, they robbed you. They stole your wallet and helped you look for it. They pissed on your leg and told you it was raining. But all of that expires in 10 years, and it's already halfway gone. So this is who they are. They have to give you, here, dummies. Look, here's a bone. But look over here. There's some brown people that I wish I could kill them, but I might be prosecuted for murder. That's exactly who they are. Look, nothing for you, but hey, we got the clown show, and we also hate gays and trans people and migrants we want to murder. Just like you do. MAGA.
Look at the fact that here we have a country in disarray and a world on fire.
Okay, that's what she keeps saying. She's so annoying. She sucks. Okay, we know that. But that, I guess she got she's sticking, why can't I talk? It won't come out of my mouth. She is staying on message. We got a country in disarray, a world on fire. This is everything that she keeps saying. And, okay, bitch, we get it. A country in disarray, a world on fire. It goes to show you yet again what it's nothing. She's got nothing. She's got nothing but a focus group. Oh, they like when you say a country in disarray and world on fire. So say it every single time you get in front of a camera. And then what are you going to offer? You tweeted something that was true. Now they're pissed off at you.
For Trump twice. I was proud to serve America in his administration.
There you go. Which is right there. She should be disqualified. It goes to show you. She has no business being anywhere near the halls of power. I voted for the con man twice. I shoved that unfit sociopath into the White House despite receiving fewer votes. And I want to do it again. I voted for it again, even though, he's a filthy fascist liar. And the only time in American history, in recent memory, that we had mass graves, even though in every chance he got, he tore this country apart. Every opportunity, never healing, never united, right? Turn Americans against each other. Don't put that piece of cloth on your face. Who gives a shit if Granny dies? Remember that? They were actually putting that out there on their fascist propaganda outlets. Well, they were saying that Granny should be happy to die for the economy. She's already lived a life. She should die. And then the son of a bitch parasite con man Trump, he made the fucking the worst job in the world, the essential workers, right, in the slaughterhouse, killing animals. Oh, he doesn't give a shit. How many cows did this guy consume over a lifetime? Actual full cows. And each one of those poor animals had more value, gave more to this world, had more decency in their hoof, or however you say it, had more, gave more to humanity than a filthy Trump could ever imagine in 50 goddamn lifetimes. Okay. We got a country. Where were we? A country in chaos and a world on fire. Okay.
I was proud to serve America in his administration.
Proud?
This is not personal for me, but you look at the chaos that has been caused. We lost a border deal yesterday. We lost an Israel aid deal.
See, here we
go. The RNC. The border deal didn't go far enough, but Congress doesn't need to go home and
What's
leave
in it? What's in it? Hallie? Nikki? What didn't go far enough? Why? It was everything you fuckers wanted, but the goddamn razor's in the water. So it didn't go far enough. That's it. That's all they have to say. You don't have to specify, just like Trump. He doesn't have to specify when they say, well, what would you do about Israel and Gaza and Ukraine? Oh, it would never happen. It would just never happen. Magical thinking, right? It's like trickle down. That's magical thinking too. It's delusional. Fuckers. Oh, God damn it.
And Trump didn't need to say don't do anything. They need to get in a room and get this right. It needs to include remain in Mexico. It doesn't need to have a 5,000 person threshold. And we do need to make sure asylum is tougher. So why is Congress allowed to leave? It's not a one and done. And for Trump to say don't take on the border until the election, America's acting like it's September 10th. We better remember what September 12th felt like. It only takes one to have a 9/11 moment. We've got to get
Oh, yeah, that's right. We have to be afraid because the migrants they're all terrorists coming through, apparently. And I never get this whole upset about how much fentanyl they're catching at the border. Isn't that a good thing? That they're catching it? I guess they wanted, well, you're right. I mean, they wanted to come through. They like mass graves. They like dead Americans. They like it because then they can go, look, there's The opioid crisis is out of control. Everything's out of control. It's a world on fire. Vote for me so I can set the goddamn thing ablaze. Except, no, I mean, I will set it right. I will set it right. We got a country in chaos and a world on fire.
America's acting like it's September 10th.
Shut
we better
up.
remember what September 12th felt like. It only takes...
I don't know if you guys remember when Trump thought he called... This is another thing. He's a confused old doddering fool. He called September 11th 7/11. That he was down there on 7/11. And it was amazing, like nobody's ever seen. He was never down. He was never anywhere near anywhere. Fucking help? You kidding me? No. But he called it 7/11. I never heard Joe Biden say anything as ridiculous. You don't hear Joe Biden going up there saying, "I pointed at a shark." See, it's really hard. They showed me a picture of a shark and a giraffe and an aardvark. But don't worry, the border bill is the worst. It will be, this is what he said, it will be the end of America. See, you don't want to half-ass it. You just want to go for broke with this shit. You know, it's the nuclear holocaust. If this passes, there will be nothing left but roaches and shadows on the wall. It's the worst thing, like nobody's ever seen. No one could imagine how horrible it is. Well, I do kind of agree, because this is a Republican bill. So if anything, it's probably sucks. But Joe Biden, hey, he's throwing it right back in their face because he knows what the fuck he's doing. So he should, So he should go down to the border and he should go down there and point a while and start saying, look, we're trying to give you more border agents. We're trying to get you more judges. So the backups in asylum cases can finally get moving. We're trying to do everything under our power, but we are not a king, unlike Trump. See, Trump thinks he's a king, and I know some of you want a king, but that's not this country. And we're a nation of laws. That's why we're the greatest country on earth. That's why we're the richest country on earth. And own it. Go down there. Shove it in their faces. They're putting a limit on how many people can cross the border a day. That's in the bill. At 4,000, I think it triggers something. It triggers the closing of a border. And if it hits 5,000 a day, it automatically closes. They don't, they want the chaos.
One to have a 9/11 moment. We've got to get our border secure.
Fear-mongering. You say, I'm sorry, I hate them. That's why I can only take them in like little 2-second slices. Because they're so full of shit. It's nonstop. Fear, lies, fear and lies. Be afraid, fear, lies. Be afraid, fear, lies. I mean, it's the latest jam with these people. Well, not latest. It's an old standby.
No more excuses on that. But you look, Trump lost his court case on getting immunity. Right. All of this chaos. The RNC chair lost her job. Trump had his fingerprints on all of that. We can't continue to be in this chaos. That's just a fact.
It's chaos.
And not only that, you will have a female president of the United States. It will either be me or it will be Kamala Harris.
Shut up,
Donald
bitch.
Trump is named the nominee.
Who are you, fucking Miss Cleo? What she's saying is that Joe Biden's going to croak in office. It'll be me? Well, we don't want you because you suck. You're not fit. And wait, remind me again who you voted for in 2016 and 2020. That's says it all right there, honey. And you're proud. I love this. I love these people. This 91 times indicted traitor who had classified documents in his goddamn shitter, who took them on a plane to meet the Saudis to negotiate a goddamn Gulf thing, who is a convicted rapist, right? I mean, we can go on. He's a traitor. He's in the midst of a coup. He lost. Everybody knows it. Even they know it. Nikki knows it. Even though they have to say, oh, there were so many anomalies, irregularities. Prove it. They can't. They got no proof. I don't know. I feel it. It's feelings. Fuck your feelings, though. That's what I say. But she's proud to have served the rapist, the convicted rapist, the unfit clown who brought the Russians into the Oval Office, unfettered, and bragged about how he fired the, Comey because he was actually competent or something. I don't know what. I don't remember. Everything, it's just nonstop. Oh, he was. Oh, and then what else? I mean, there is no doubt in our minds in general that Trump is a compromised agent of an anti-democratic, anti-American enemy. He is. Where's the transcript? I want to see the transcript. Right? So, but she voted for him twice. She voted for the guy who lied, who sent an angry mob, who lied to this fucking mob of morons and wound them up with his lies and sent them to the Capitol to hang his vice president. But she's proud. She's proud to be part of that, and she's proud to vote for that again. It says it all. These people are unfit. They are unfit. They should be embarrassed. And I'm telling you, that's why I always say we will win. It is true. Because they're on the wrong side of everything. They're on the wrong side of history, decency, dignity, democracy, humanity, and history. The future generations will revile them. Mark my words. Just like the normal people of Earth and the majority. I mean, we are the majority. The normal people of Earth revile them now. Wait till history gets a hold of them, or wait till the future looks back on them. They're not going to look good. They don't look good now. Unless you're in this cuckoo cult, I guess, where everybody's picking on you like nobody's ever seen, and you wish you had more socialist security, except a migrant is taking it from you. God, I hate these people.
Look at any of those general election polls. He can't win.
Yeah.
He can't. We lost so many people in the Republican Party, independents, suburban women, all of them. You look at all of that. He can't
Don't
win.
worry,
and
Nikki.
I defeat Biden by double digits.
It is sort of ironic, though, Ambassador, that you are trailing President Trump by a gazillion miles, and you're quoting polls. But I hear where you're coming from. I love this conversation. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. I hope you come back. Thank you so much, Ambassador. Really appreciate it.
Oh, zinger.
Go to NikkiHaley.com and join our movement to make America normal again.
All right.
Our movement, which, is all half-assed. Make America normal again. Sure, I can get on board with that. But she doesn't want to make it normal. She wants to make it, she wants to manipulate it. She wants her cake and eat it too. I'm proud to serve a con man who is a convicted rapist and a big lie spreading tax cheat. I'm proud. I'm so proud of my so-called president who is not man enough to respect this peaceful transfer of power and is such a little petty wannabe dictator that he's tearing this country apart. I'm so proud of the fact that he left 1 million Americans dead. The worst COVID record in the developed world. I'm so proud of that. I'm so proud of those mass graves. I'm so proud of all the morons running around harassing people in bathrooms and harassing people saying, take off your mask. I'm so proud of that. I'm so proud that everyone in my Republicans are selling merch that say they're drinking the tears of their fellow Americans. I'm so proud. Can't you tell? I'm so proud that I don't know my ass from my elbow, and I'm too afraid to say that history, the truth, that the Civil War was the result of slavery. It's not a friggin' secret. But I'm so proud of it. I'm proud of that lying tax cheat who received fewer votes, who tried to shove Granny out of her apartment because he wanted to up the rent. I'm so proud of that. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of his 3 trophy wives and the fact that he wanted to bang his daughter. I'm proud. I served him. I'm proud. And then when he had an insurrection, I for a minute I was like, bing, bing, bing. I blinked, but I went back to being proud. I didn't like the insurrection for a second, but then I put my finger in the air. Oh shit. The rest of this coward-ass ghoul death cult is going with the traitor. Okay. It's like that little bitch Tara on Tarabuster says. I'm proud. In every Republican chest beats the heart of fascism. I'm so proud of that. I'm proud that we got a liar. That he so many lies that nobody could keep up with it. That's proud. I'm proud. Proud of me. I'm proud of it. I got a good slogan, though. World on fire, a country in chaos. Say it with me. World on fire, country in chaos. See, it tested real well, that one. And they were like, if you can come up with a good zinger, zinging, zing with the strings of your heart, you could become a goddamn president. Believe it or not. Just do a podcast. Maybe you could do the president podcast. Who needs to govern? Sign a bunch of bills that turn America. Just privatize everything. Privatize. Raise the retirement age. Because everyone's just a bunch of lazy bastards. And, those rich mother effers ain't gonna, carry their own ass. Carry their own weight. Well, no rich person, no poor person ever gave me a job. That's what I hear. They say. That's a good one, too. That's a good zinger. Even though, we're still waiting 40 years for the trickle. These idiots, they want to be trickled on. They like trickles. They don't even want a wave. They don't even, that's why I can get up here and be like, world on fire, country in chaos. World on fire. Look at these. That's what they want too. These dumbasses are so dumb. They think migrants can vote. Oops. I mean, did I say that out loud? World on fire. Country in chaos. Repeat after me. Zing, zing, zing.
Total chaos.
Chaos.
But chaos follows him. And we can't be a country in disarray and a world on fire and go through 4 more years of chaos. We won't survive it. World on fire and go through 4 more years of chaos. We won't survive it. Everything that Donald Trump touches, it's chaos. But chaos follows him.
But chaos follows him, Trace. A country in disarray and a world on fire and go through 4 more years of chaos. We won't survive it. Everything he touches is chaos.
Chaos, the world on fire, country in chaos, world on fire.
But chaos follows him. And we can't be a
Chaos
country in disarray and a world on
him.
fire and go through 4 more years of chaos. We won't survive it.
We won't survive.
World on fire and go through
I'm
4 more
rapping.
years of chaos. We won't survive it.
It's like the 8 Mile Road.
Everything that Donald Trump touches.
Donald Trump.
It's
Donald
chaos.
Trump.
But chaos follows him.
But chaos follows him, Trace. A country in disarray and a world on fire and go through 4 more years of chaos. We won't survive it. Everything he touches is chaos.
We won't survive. The country in chaos, world on fire. Well, country in chaos, world on fire. Sing it with me now. We focus tested it and everybody loved it. But I can't even win a goddamn primary against an invisible adversary. It's a world on fire.
Everything that Donald Trump touches. It's chaos. But chaos
Get your
follows
auto-tune
him.
out.
But chaos follows him, Trace. A country in disarray and a world on fire and go through 4 more years of chaos. We won't survive it.
Woo! 4 more years. I was proud. I'm proud. I'm proud. I'm proud to represent a traitor. It's a world on fire. Country in chaos. World on fire. Somebody better rip that, get that beat, man. You can sample it. Go for it, man. World on fire. All right. All right. That is the beat. That is a good beat. You're right, Errol. And thank you, Pookie's Mama Irene, for your super chat. Getting on the donation station. I like it. It's like world on fire, country in chaos, world on fire, country in chaos. All right, good night, Kathy. Kathy's going to sleep because the world's on fire, country's in chaos, world on fire, country in chaos. Yeah, sing it with me now. All right, listen, you know what? We're gonna bust out of this. It is a little early. What time is it? It's only the show's because if I start something now, it's going to be another hour. And it's a world on fire, a country in chaos, world on fire, country in chaos. And we have a show tomorrow. See, Kathy started it. She started the trend. Yeah. All right, but Kat's sleeping. I want to go to sleep, too. We have more. I can't even deal. I can't deal with any more perjury, Trader Green. Oh, I can't think of, Trump looking at a shark. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. Listen, I should have been an MC back in the 80s or 90s. Probably 90s. 80s? Maybe. I was young. All right. I should have been a lot of things. MC. I could have been an astronaut. I could have been a race car driver. I could have went to the moon. All right. Listen. Lauren Boebert. Yes, I can't deal. All right, guys. Listen. It was a short show tonight. What time did I start the show? It's a little less than 2 hours. We're all right. We're tired, right? We got tomorrow. Let's not overdo it. I want to go to sleep. That's it. I want to get unconscious and dream about a nice place called America. America, where everything is great. Where you can go to the doctor, where you can live your authentic life without mobs for liberty screaming at you, where you can go to the bathroom without some drunken asshole saying, let me see your pee-pee. And What else? We're Republicans, don't do podcasts. In fact, Republicans are just, they go home. They're out. They're out of public office. It's a beautiful world where you don't get to serve in the government when you receive fewer votes. Could you imagine that? There's no gerrymandering. There's no money in politics. This illegitimate Supreme Court is fixed, expanded, nullified. It's a beautiful thing. All right. Oh my God, I just burped. Oop. Sorry, I hope you didn't hear that. I was trying to not let it out, but it had to come out. Oop. All right, listen, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. You guys are awesome. We will have a show tomorrow. I want to thank Charlie from APS Radio News, as always, for being an OG Tarabuster and supporter, an amazing supporter and friend of animals. And that means a lot. What else do we have in this world but little animals? It's a pet. When we're feeling down, they help us. They help. Listen to their little purrs, and they give you a nice, dogs, cats, animals. Animals are good. And somebody says, they taste good with ketchup. Shut up. All right. Guys, I love you. An America without Trump. That will happen. That will happen one day. One day soon. Oh my God. Isn't that going to be a beautiful day? Oh my God. That is going to be the greatest getting up morning. Legally and peacefully. You know what I'm talking about. Oh. We are going to have a party. Forget it. And when that happens, it's going to be like... Oh, wait, not that one. It's going to be like... Maybe a little... Some banging my head. That's what's going to happen. That's going to be the great... Maybe that'll be the theme for the great getting up morning. Because you got to be happy. And energized. Okay. What's this one? This is not bad either. No, that's not great getting up morning, really. What about this? This is like the morning after the great getting up morning. You're still feeling it? You're like, yeah, I can ride this wave. You got hope. And then I wake up and the first thing, I turn on the TV and the first thing that comes out of anyone's mouth is Trump, and I'm like... All right. Let's meet back here tomorrow at 8:30-ish p.m. Eastern Standard Time for more show. It's going to be fun. We're going to hang out. What do you think? You guys are great. Yes, you can rock out to Judas Priest or Iron Maiden early in the morning, Errol. Yes, I went to see Judas Priest and Iron Maiden in concert. They were together, right? Am I wrong? I was a big Judas Priest fan for a minute, until that was when I was maybe 13, 14. I was always like a rocker, and then I got into Susie and the Banshees were my favorite band. And that's all I did was wear Susie and the Banshees shirts every day. I had a different one, And I still have them. I still have some old vintage shirts, but I still wear... they're great. I mean, Susie cannot be matched. I also love Curve. That's another one I love. I grew up with that. Curve. You ever hear Curve? Amazing. Toni, what's her name? Toni Morrison? Right? Oh, wait, hold on. It's Toni Morrison. Just want to make sure I didn't say it. Oh, no. Toni Morrison. Who am I? Wait. Curve. That's another. Toni Morrison is the writer. Who was Curve? I'm getting confused now. I think it was. Hold on. The band Curve. It's very hard to look up Curve because everything under the sun comes up. Let me see. Curve was an English alternative rock and electronic music duo from London. Tony Halliday, not Holiday. Halliday. Yes. See, that's why. It was a forgivable mistake. It's great. Should check them out. They stand the test of time. So do the Banshees. So they really do. If you listen to Curve, you would be like, did this just come out? All right, it's like hard to believe it's 20 years old, 30 years, 90. Oh my God, 30 years. All right. I'm old. All right, listen, guys. I love you. I love you all. Listen. All right, listen. I gotta go. Thank you for hanging out. And remember, we will win. Why? Why, Tara? Why? Because we're on the right side of history. And I will see you there, Slugger, tomorrow. We're on the right side of decency, dignity. Oh, Twisted Nerves Painting says, I've been to a few Susie shows. Me too. I have, that's what we did. We used to follow them around. Jeez. I wish I can go back in time and do it all over. I would still go to the Banshee shows, but I would do some other things differently. Oh, well, that's what sucks. Can't go back. All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow. And Pill. Yes, Public Image Limited. You guys are bringing me back. Thank you, Charlie. APS Radio News. Thank you, everybody, for your support, for hanging out. I appreciate the chat. If you want to hang out in the chat, youtube.com/C for channel/Tarabuster. You could become a patron, patreon.com/Tara Devlin, and everything else is in the chat. All right, guys, we will win. We're on the right side of history. We're on the right side of decency, dignity, democracy, humanity. We stick together. We win. My name is Tara Devlin, and I will see you tomorrow.